Never skip hydration. After hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. A glass of water right after waking up helps activate your organs and jumpstart your metabolism. Second, avoid sudden movements when you get out of bed. Instead, sit up slowly, stretch your legs, and take a few deep breaths. This reduces the risk of dizziness or falling. Third, never ignore breakfast. Choose protein-rich foods and whole grains to give your body the fuel it needs. Skipping breakfast can lead to fatigue and imbalance in blood sugar levels. Fourth, don't delay your medication or morning walk. Staying consistent with your routine helps maintain stability in your blood pressure, heart health, and mental clarity. Finally, avoid checking your phone first thing in the morning. Give yourself at least 30 minutes to focus on your body and mind before diving into screens and notifications. These simple changes can make your morning safer, healthier, and more fulfilling. Your well-being deserves the same care you've given to others your whole life. Thank you so much for your attention. Please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. It truly means a lot to me.
This morning, a 72-year-old woman passed away unexpectedly. The cause? A mistake she made without even realizing it. Something so common that many people over 70 do it every single day. The truth is, as we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to small habits that might have seemed harmless in our younger years. And unfortunately, those seemingly small choices can add up in ways that put our health at serious risk. In this video, we're diving into 4 morning mistakes that could be putting you in danger without you realizing it. These are mistakes that can affect your heart, your circulation, your balance, and even your brain function. And the worst part, most people over 70 make at least one of these mistakes every single morning. But the good news is, once you're aware of them, they're easy to fix, and avoiding them could mean the difference between a healthy, active life and a serious medical emergency. Stay with me until the end because the final mistake is one that almost no one talks about, but it's one of the most dangerous. Many seniors don't even realize they're doing it, yet it can significantly increase the risk of falls, dizziness, and even heart problems. You don't want to miss it. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 in the comments to let me know, so I can make better videos for you. Now let's get started. Mistake 1, getting out of bed too quickly. One of the most dangerous things you can do in the morning is something that seems completely harmless. Getting out of bed too fast. You might not think twice about it, but for older adults, this simple habit can lead to dizziness, sudden drops in blood pressure, and even dangerous falls. As we age, our circulatory system doesn't adjust as quickly as it used to. When you've been lying down for several hours, blood pools in the lower part of your body. If you suddenly sit up or stand too fast, your blood pressure can drop sharply. This is called orthostatic hypotension, and it's the reason so many people over 70 experience morning dizziness or lightheadedness. Think about the last time you got out of bed. Did you feel a little off balance for a few seconds? Maybe your vision blurred slightly, or you had to steady yourself for a moment before taking your first step. That's a sign that your body wasn't ready for the sudden movement. And if you're not careful, that moment of instability could lead to a dangerous fall. Consider a man like Edward, 74. Every morning, he'd wake up, swing his legs over the side of the bed, and stand up immediately. He never thought much of it until one morning when he blacked out for a split second and lost his footing. Thankfully, he landed on his bed, but it could have been much worse. That's when he realized he needed to change the way he started his day. The solution is simple but powerful. Instead of jumping out of bed, follow a 3-step process. First, when you wake up, take a few deep breaths and wiggle your fingers and toes. This helps stimulate circulation. Second, slowly roll onto your side and sit up, gradually keeping your feet on the floor. Third, before standing, take a moment to steady yourself. Move your ankles, stretch your arms, and give your body a few seconds to adjust. It might seem like a small change, but this simple habit can drastically reduce your risk of dizziness, imbalance, and falls. And as you probably already know, falls are one of the biggest dangers for older adults, leading to broken bones. hospitalizations, and even long-term mobility issues. So if you've been in the habit of getting out of bed too quickly, take a step back and reconsider your morning routine. Those extra few seconds in bed might just save your life. Mistake 2, skipping water in the morning. One of the most overlooked yet dangerous mistakes people make in the morning, especially after 70, is not drinking water right after waking up. You might not think of hydration as something urgent first thing in the morning, but after hours of sleep, your body is in a state of mild dehydration. And for older adults, that can have serious consequences. As you sleep, your body continues to function, your organs work, your lungs breathe, and your body loses fluids through respiration and sweat. By the time you wake up, your blood is slightly thicker. Your circulation is slower, and your body is operating at a slight deficit. If you don't replenish that fluid quickly, it can contribute to problems like high blood pressure, poor circulation, and even an increased risk of stroke or heart attack. Think about how you feel in the morning. Do you ever wake up with a dry mouth? Do your joints feel a little stiff? Maybe your energy levels seem lower than they should be, or you notice that it takes a while to feel fully awake. These can all be signs of dehydration. And if your first drink of the day is coffee instead of water, you could be making the problem worse. Take someone like James, 76. He had a habit of waking up and going straight for his morning coffee. It was his routine for decades. He never thought twice about it. But as he got older, he started experiencing occasional dizziness and brain fog in the mornings. His doctor told him to try drinking water first thing when he woke up. Within a few weeks, he noticed a difference. He felt more alert, his headaches became less frequent, and his energy levels improved. Water is essential for keeping your blood flowing properly, helping your kidneys function efficiently, and reducing strain on your heart. Drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning helps jumpstart your metabolism, rehydrates your organs, and gets your circulation moving the way it should. And for those who struggle with digestion, morning hydration can help keep things running smoothly. If you're someone who doesn't usually drink water in the morning, start with something simple. A small glass right after you wake up. Keep it by your bedside if that makes it easier. And if you're someone who prefers warm beverages, warm water with a little lemon can be a great alternative. Your body has worked hard through the night, and it needs proper hydration to function at its best. Don't wait until you're thirsty. By the time you feel thirst, you're already dehydrated. So make it a habit to start your morning with water. Your body will thank you for it. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Now let's move forward. Mistake 3, drinking coffee before eating anything. For many people, the morning doesn't officially begin until they've had their first cup of coffee. It's a routine that's been in place for decades. Wake up, pour a fresh cup, and start the day. But here's the problem. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach can be one of the worst things you do for your body, especially after 70. When you wake up, your stomach is empty and your body is in a delicate state. Your blood sugar levels are low, your digestive system is just getting started, and your cortisol levels, your body's natural stress hormone, are at their peak. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach can spike that cortisol even higher, which can lead to increased stress on your body, digestive discomfort, and even long-term issues like acid reflux or stomach irritation. If you've ever had a cup of coffee in the morning and felt jittery, lightheaded, or even a little queasy, that's your body telling you something. The acidity in coffee can irritate the lining of an empty stomach, leading to indigestion, acid reflux, or heartburn. And for older adults who may already have more sensitive digestion, that irritation can become a daily issue without you realizing it. Consider someone like Robert, 75. He started every morning the same way, black coffee first, food later. He thought nothing of it until he began experiencing acid reflux more frequently. At first, he blamed it on spicy foods or aging, but after speaking with his doctor, he learned that drinking coffee before eating was putting unnecessary stress on his digestive system. He started having a small snack, something light like a banana, or a handful of nuts before his coffee, and within weeks, the discomfort significantly improved. The key here isn't giving up coffee, it's adjusting the timing. Having a small snack before your first cup helps buffer the acidity, stabilizes blood sugar levels, and reduces the stress response in your body. If you're someone who wakes up and immediately reaches for coffee, try changing the order. Even something as simple as a few crackers, a slice of toast, or a piece of fruit before your coffee can make a big difference. And if you've ever noticed that coffee leaves you feeling anxious or more jittery than usual, eating beforehand can help balance that out. Caffeine on an empty stomach gets absorbed quickly, which can cause a sharper spike in energy followed by a crash. Eating first helps slow the absorption and provides a more steady boost, rather than a sudden jolt followed by an energy dip. So before you take that first sip tomorrow morning, ask yourself, have I given my body something to work with? A small change in routine can go a long way in protecting your stomach, balancing your energy, and keeping you feeling your best. Mistake 4, ignoring morning stiffness and moving too quickly. One of the most dangerous mistakes you can make after 70 is underestimating the impact of morning stiffness. Many people wake up, feel a little tightness in their joints, and assume it's just a normal part of aging. They push through it, get moving quickly, and don't think much of it until one wrong step leads to pain, injury, or even a serious fall. As you sleep, your muscles and joints stiffen due to reduced movement and circulation. This is especially common in older adults as the body naturally produces less synovial fluid, the lubricant that keeps joints moving smoothly. The result, when you first wake up, your body isn't fully ready for action. If you stand up too quickly, twist the wrong way, or take an unsteady step, you're putting yourself at unnecessary risk. Think back to a morning when you got out of bed and felt that familiar tightness in your back, knees, or shoulders. Maybe it went away after a few minutes, or maybe you brushed it off as nothing serious. But ignoring morning stiffness day after day can lead to bigger issues down the road. Limited mobility, chronic pain, or worse, a sudden injury that could have been avoided. Take someone like Walter, 78. He always considered himself fairly active, so when he woke up stiff, he'd just power through it. Then one morning, as he was heading to the bathroom, he took a step, lost his balance, and landed hard on his hip. That single moment led to months of recovery, all because he hadn't taken a few extra minutes to warm up his body before moving. The good news is, preventing this mistake is simple. Before you even sit up in bed, take a few moments to wake up your joints. Start with gentle movements. Wiggle your fingers and toes, rotate your ankles, stretch your arms. Then while still lying down, do a few knee lifts or slow leg movements to loosen up your hips. Once you sit up, roll your shoulders, take deep breaths, and engage in light stretching before standing. This doesn't take much time, but it makes a world of difference. A few extra minutes of gentle movement can mean the difference between feeling sluggish and unsteady versus stepping into your day with confidence. It's also important to be mindful of your first steps in the morning. Use a sturdy surface for support if needed, and avoid rushing, especially if you're heading to the bathroom in dim lighting. Your body needs time to adjust, and taking things slowly can help prevent unnecessary strain on your muscles and joints. So the next time you wake up and feel a little stiff, don't ignore it. Give your body the time it needs to ease into movement, because staying active and independent starts with protecting your mobility, and that begins the moment you get out of bed. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Now let's wrap things up. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to think about your own morning routine. Have you ever made one of these mistakes without realizing it? The truth is, the habits we build in the morning set the tone for the rest of the day, and after 70, those habits become even more important. A strong, healthy morning routine isn't about making drastic changes. It's about small adjustments that protect your body, keep your mind sharp, and ensure that you start the day feeling your best. Whether it's taking an extra moment before getting out of bed, making hydration a priority, being mindful of how you drink your coffee, or easing into movement before starting your day, these little changes add up. And over time, they can mean the difference between staying active and independent or facing unnecessary health risks. Many people assume that health problems in old age are inevitable, but that's not entirely true. The choices you make every day, especially in those first moments of the morning, have a major impact on your longevity, energy levels, and overall well-being. The key is awareness. Now that you know these 4 common mistakes, you have the power to avoid them and take control of your mornings in a way that supports your health for years to come. What stood out to you the most? Which of these morning habits do you think you need to adjust? Or which one do you feel you've already been doing right? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.
One decision that changed everything. Michael Thompson had lived an ordinary life for nearly 50 years. He wasn't rich, wasn't famous, but he was reliable. Every morning at 6 a.m., he made the same black coffee, fed his old dog Bailey, and drove to the hardware store where he'd worked since he was 21. Customers liked him. He was quiet, polite, and always fixed what needed fixing. But inside, something was missing. He had once dreamed of becoming a writer. At 18, he filled notebooks with stories. Stories about hope, fear, love, and redemption. He even applied to a small liberal arts college to study literature, but life had other plans. His father got sick, the family needed money, and Michael put the dream aside. Just for a little while. 30 years later, a little while had turned into most of his life. One rainy Tuesday, Michael was cleaning out his garage when he stumbled upon an old, dusty box. Inside were his high school journals, pages yellowed with time, corners curled, ink slightly faded. He sat down on the cold cement floor and read the first page. It said, "If you ever forget why you started, come back to this page. You're meant to tell stories, not just survive." That single sentence hit him like a lightning bolt. For the first time in decades, he felt awake, truly awake. That night, he sat at his kitchen table with a cup of coffee and opened his laptop. He didn't know what to write, so he just started typing. A week passed, then a month. Every night, Michael wrote. At first, it was just for him. Then he joined an online writing group where strangers gave kind but honest feedback. Slowly, he improved. A year later, he self-published a short story collection titled Quiet Places. It didn't become a bestseller, but it reached people. One reader emailed, "Your story helped me find the courage to leave a bad situation." "Thank you," Michael cried, reading that message. For the first time in his life, he felt like his voice mattered. At age 52, he quit his job at the hardware store. Not because he hated it, but because he finally loved something more. He began teaching free writing classes at the local library, helping others find their voice, just as he had rediscovered his. All of it, the change, the purpose, the new beginning, started from a single decision: to stop waiting and start living. If you enjoyed this story, please consider subscribing to my channel and sharing it with your friends. Your support helps me create more inspiring content like this. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening. The day I almost lost everything. My name is Daniel. I'm 30 years old, and until a year ago, I thought I had life figured out. I worked hard, earned well, and climbed the corporate ladder faster than most of my peers. People said I was successful, but what no one knew was I was also deeply alone. I spent more time in my office than I did with my family or friends. My phone was always on silent when my mother called. My younger brother tried to visit a few times, but I always told him I was too busy. In my head, everything could wait, except work. One Saturday morning, something unexpected happened. I received a text from my neighbor saying my mom had been taken to the hospital. A stroke. My heart dropped. I rushed over, and for the first time in years, I sat beside her hospital bed holding her hand. She couldn't speak, but her eyes said everything. That moment broke me. I remembered how she used to wait up for me late at night just to make sure I got home safe. How she'd cook my favorite meals, even when she was tired. I remembered her laughter, her stories, her sacrifices. And then I realized I had taken it all for granted. That night, I didn't go back to work. I stayed with her. For days, I sat by her side, reading her favorite books, playing her old songs, helping her with therapy. Slowly, she started recovering. And during that time, something inside me changed. I started visiting my brother more often. I called my friends back. I even left work early, something I hadn't done in years. I realized success isn't just about promotions or paychecks. It's about showing up for the people who matter when they need you the most. Now, every Sunday, I have dinner with my family. My mom's health is better, and her smile is back. I still work hard, but I've learned to live, not just exist. Sometimes it takes a near loss to remind us of what's truly valuable. Don't wait until it's too late. Call your loved ones, visit your parents, be present, because no amount of success can replace the time lost with those who truly love you. Welcome to my channel. If you enjoy deep thoughts, timeless wisdom, and real-life lessons, make sure to subscribe. I truly wish you happiness, health, and success. Let's grow and learn together. With age comes more than just gray hair and stories from the past. It brings something far more powerful, respect. Not the loud kind that demands attention, but the quiet kind that's earned through who you are and how you show up. In today's video, we're sharing 6 subtle habits that often go unnoticed, but they make people admire you more as you get older. If you've picked up even a few of these, chances are your presence speaks volumes without saying a word. Let's jump in. When you're younger, there's often a need to prove yourself, to be heard in every room. But now, you've learned the power of silence. You don't rush to speak, you pause, you consider, and when you do speak, it's worth listening to. That kind of restraint, that's wisdom in action. And people respect the one who knows when to talk and when not to. It's easy to show courtesy to those in high places, but you treat the waitress, the janitor, the new intern, with the same dignity as anyone else. That habit doesn't just show character, it builds legacy. People remember how you made them feel, and your consistency and kindness sets you apart. Life has thrown curveballs your way, and you've learned to catch them. So when others get worked up, you don't match their panic. You breathe, you think, you lead. Even in silence, your presence says, "We'll get through this." And in uncertain moments, that calm is not just attractive, it's deeply respected. Here's the truth. Pretending to be perfect doesn't earn respect. Owning your flaws does. When you admit when you were wrong, when you say, "I'm sorry" without ego, you give others permission to do the same. This habit, it builds trust. Because people know you're not performing, you're being real. You've got life experience, but you don't throw advice at every problem. Instead, you listen, fully, without interrupting. People open up around you because they feel seen, not fixed. And that kind of presence is rare. Respect isn't just about what you say. It's about how well you understand. You may be older, but you're not stuck. You read new books. You learn from younger people. You ask questions, not because you're unsure, but because you're curious. Growth doesn't end at 50 or 60 or 70. And your quiet pursuit of improvement, that's what keeps you youthful and earns deep admiration. So, how many of these habits show up in your daily life? Chances are more than you think. Respect isn't something you demand. It's something you live. And if these quiet habits feel familiar, it's because you've been earning that respect all along, just by being you. If this video gave you something to think about, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. We're building a space where wisdom is honored, not ignored. And if you have your own quiet habit that's brought you respect, drop it in the comments. Your words could be the reminder someone else needs today. Until next time, stay grounded, stay wise.
Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered if others still find you attractive? As the years go by, it's natural to question whether your looks still turn heads, or if the charm you once carried is still as strong as it used to be. But here's something you may not realize. You could be far more attractive than you give yourself credit for. Attractiveness isn't just about youthful features or a full head of hair. It's something deeper, something that grows with time, wisdom, and experience. The way people react to you, the way they engage with you, and even the subtle signals they send all speak volumes about how they perceive your presence. There are clear, undeniable signs that indicate you're a good-looking older man, even if you don't see it yourself. In this video, we're diving into 7 signs that show you still have a striking appeal. These aren't just about physical appearance, but the overall presence that makes people naturally drawn to you. Whether it's the way you carry yourself, the way others respond when you walk into a room, or even the compliments you receive without realizing their significance. These indicators reveal more than you might think. Stay with me until the end, because you might just discover that the very things you overlook about yourself are exactly what make you stand out. You may find that confidence, self-assurance, and a refined sense of style are working in your favor more than you ever imagined. And who knows, by the time we're done, you might see yourself in a whole new light. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 in the comments to let me know, so I can make better videos for you. Now let's get started. Number 1, you often get approached for advice or assistance. One of the strongest indicators that women find you attractive, whether you realize it or not, is how often they seek you out for advice, guidance, or even casual help. It might not seem like a direct sign of physical attractiveness, but it speaks volumes about the way others perceive you. As you get older, your experiences, wisdom, and calm demeanor set you apart. People recognize that you've lived through life's ups and downs, and that you carry a sense of steadiness that's both reassuring and compelling. Women in particular are naturally drawn to men who exhibit confidence, reliability, and emotional intelligence, all of which are often reflected in the way others gravitate toward you for insight and support. Think about the times you've been approached, whether by a younger man looking for career advice, a friend seeking perspective on a personal matter, or even a stranger asking for directions. These moments may seem ordinary, but they highlight something important. People see you as someone worth listening to. That sense of dependability and quiet strength is deeply attractive, even if it doesn't always come in the form of direct compliments. Take a man like Richard, 67, for example. He never considered himself particularly good-looking, but he noticed something interesting. Whether at social gatherings, work events, or even casual outings, people naturally turned to him for input. Younger men would ask for his thoughts on handling relationships. Women would linger a little longer in conversation, asking about his experiences and opinions. It wasn't something he forced. His presence simply made people feel at ease. That kind of trustworthiness isn't just a sign of wisdom. It's a sign of deep natural appeal. A man who carries himself with quiet confidence, who doesn't feel the need to prove anything, often becomes the person others want to be around. It's a form of attraction that goes beyond physical looks. It's about the energy you bring into a space. And make no mistake, women take notice. While younger men might still be in the phase of life where they're chasing attention, an older man who exudes self-assurance without trying too hard stands out. A woman might not come right out and say, "I find you attractive," but if she values your input, respects your opinion, and enjoys engaging with you in meaningful conversation, that speaks louder than words. So if you've noticed that people tend to seek you out, even in casual settings, take that as a sign. You bring something to the table that others find compelling. You may not realize it, but the very presence you carry is magnetic, in ways you've never considered. Number 2, you receive compliments on your style and grooming. A man who takes pride in his appearance stands out, no matter his age. If people regularly compliment the way you dress, your grooming, or even the way you carry yourself, that's a clear indication that you're leaving a strong impression. It might seem like a small detail, but in reality, these remarks often reveal much more than just appreciation for a sharp outfit. They signal that others perceive you as attractive. As men get older, many develop their own distinct style, one that reflects confidence, experience, and self-respect. A well-fitted blazer,
polished shoes, a neatly trimmed beard, or even just a signature scent. These small but significant choices tell the world that you care about your appearance. And women in particular, take note of that. Think about it. How often do you hear things like, "That color looks great on you," or "I love your haircut," or even, "You always look so put together"? These aren't just polite compliments. They are indicators that people notice your presence, that your sense of style enhances your appeal, and that you stand out in a way that others appreciate. Take Robert, for example. At 68, he never thought much about his looks, but he started noticing something interesting. Whether he was at a family gathering or just out running errands, women would often comment on his choice of clothing or how well groomed he looked. At first, he brushed it off, thinking they were just being polite. But after a while, he realized that these remarks weren't random. They were a direct response to the way he presented himself. And more importantly, they were a reflection of how others saw him: refined, confident, and attractive. Style isn't about following the latest trends. It's about knowing what works for you and wearing it with confidence. A man who takes the time to dress well and pay attention to his grooming shows that he values himself. And that level of care and attention doesn't go unnoticed. Even if you don't hear direct compliments, pay attention to the way people react when they see you. Do they take a second look? Do they seem to brighten up when you enter a room? Do they respond positively when you shake their hand or stand next to them? These small cues say a lot about how others perceive you. Attractiveness isn't just about having youthful features. It's about the way you present yourself. If you take pride in your appearance, if you put effort into looking your best, and if you notice people responding to that effort, take it as a sign. You're turning heads more than you realize. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 3, women hold eye contact with you longer than usual. Attraction is often expressed in ways that don't require words. One of the most telling signs that you're a good-looking, older man is the way women look at you. If you've ever noticed a woman maintaining eye contact with you just a little longer than necessary, that's not by accident. A lingering glance is often a subconscious sign of admiration, curiosity, or even interest. Women, especially those who are naturally reserved, don't always express attraction through direct words or bold actions. Instead, they communicate through subtle body language, one of the most powerful being prolonged eye contact. It's not about a casual glance or a polite acknowledgement. It's when her eyes rest on you just a moment longer than usual, as if she's taking a second to process something about you that caught her attention. Think about the last time this happened to you. Maybe it was in a restaurant, a coffee shop, or even while taking a walk in the park. You noticed someone looking at you, then quickly glancing away, only to return their gaze moments later. That hesitation, the brief pause before looking away, says a lot. It's a natural response when someone finds another person interesting, but doesn't want to make it too obvious. For instance, imagine a man like Charles, who's 72 and never really thought of himself as particularly attractive. He assumed that at his age, women wouldn't notice him the way they used to. But one day, while enjoying a quiet afternoon at a bookstore, he caught a younger woman looking at him from across the room. At first, he thought it was nothing, but when he moved to another section, he saw it again. She glanced at him, held her gaze for just a second too long, then smiled faintly before turning back to her book. What Charles didn't realize was that his presence, his composed demeanor, the way he carried himself with quiet confidence had made an impression. She wasn't staring out of curiosity, she was intrigued. And that's something many older men don't realize. Women, regardless of age, appreciate a man who carries himself with confidence. A man who isn't desperate for attention, but naturally commands it. The way you move, the way you stand, and the way you look back at someone all communicate something about you. If women seem to hold eye contact with you, even for just a second longer than expected, that's a strong sign that they find something about you appealing. It might be your eyes, the way you dress, or simply the way you exude quiet self-assurance. The next time you catch a woman looking at you, don't be so quick to dismiss it. It might not be accidental. It might just be the clearest sign yet that you're far more attractive than you give yourself credit for. Number 4, women naturally gravitate toward you. One of the clearest signs that you're a good-looking older man is the way people seem to be drawn to you without you even trying. It's not always about a chiseled jawline or having a youthful appearance. There's something deeper at play. People are naturally attracted to confidence, self-assurance, and an aura of wisdom. and you might be exuding these qualities more than you realize. Think about the times you've walked into a room and felt a subtle shift in energy. Maybe people look in your direction more often than not, or perhaps conversations seem to flow easily when you're around. You may find that people, especially women, enjoy talking with you, whether it's at a cafe, a family gathering, or even a casual interaction at the grocery store. They lean in when you speak, they engage with your stories, and they seem genuinely interested in what you have to say. This happens because an attractive man isn't just someone with a strong jawline or a full head of hair. It's someone who carries himself with quiet confidence. There's a steadiness in your presence, a sense of ease that makes people feel comfortable. And that kind of attractiveness never fades with age. For example, think about a time when a woman, whether she was younger or closer to your age, seemed to hold eye contact a little longer than usual. Or maybe she found a reason to extend the conversation, asking questions about your life, your thoughts, or your experiences. It's subtle, but it's telling. Women in particular are drawn to men who make them feel at ease, who listen, and who exude a kind of effortless self-possession that younger men often lack. It's also worth noting that when you have this presence, people trust you more. They seek your advice, they enjoy being around you, and they value your company. If you've ever had someone tell you that they feel comfortable opening up to you, even if they barely know you, that's a sign that you're exuding an attractive kind of energy. At the end of the day, attractiveness isn't just about how you look in the mirror. It's about how others feel in your presence. If you've noticed that people naturally enjoy being around you, that's not a coincidence. It's a reflection of the appeal you carry, whether you see it or not. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 5, you have a confident, relaxed presence. One of the most attractive traits in an older man isn't about looks at all, it's about presence. If you move through life with a quiet, relaxed confidence, people notice, and they're drawn to it. Unlike younger men who may still be figuring themselves out, an older man who is comfortable in his own skin exudes a type of confidence that can't be faked. It's not about being the loudest person in the room or trying to prove anything to anyone. It's about carrying yourself with a sense of ease, knowing who you are, what you stand for, and having nothing to prove. That kind of confidence is magnetic. Think about the times you've walked into a room and felt people's attention shift, not because you were demanding it, but simply because of the way you carried yourself. Maybe people naturally make space for you in conversations. Maybe women feel comfortable around you, engaging with you without hesitation. That's because true confidence puts others at ease. It makes people feel safe, intrigued, and respected all at once. Take someone like George, 74. He's not flashy, he doesn't try to impress anyone, and yet people always seem drawn to him. When he speaks, people listen. When he enters a room, there's an effortless authority about him. Not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that invites respect. Women notice it too. It's not about physical perfection, it's about the sense of calm and security he provides just by being himself. There's a reason why a relaxed presence is so appealing. In a world where so many people are anxious, insecure, and constantly seeking validation, a man who is truly at ease with himself stands out. He doesn't need to fill every silence with words. He doesn't need to seek approval. He simply exists in a way that commands quiet respect. And that kind of self-assurance doesn't go unnoticed by women. They appreciate a man who doesn't feel the need to dominate a conversation, but who also isn't afraid to speak when it matters. A man whose posture is strong but not rigid, whose smile is genuine but never forced, and whose very presence makes others feel safe. So if you've ever wondered why people seem naturally drawn to you, why women feel comfortable in your presence, or why you don't have to try too hard to earn respect, it's because confidence, when real, is impossible to ignore. And that in itself is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Number 6, you receive subtle compliments about your physical condition. Attractiveness isn't just about a youthful face or a full head of hair. It's also about how well you take care of yourself and the way that effort shows. If people, especially women, have ever commented on your posture, your energy, or even made casual remarks about how fit or strong you look, that's a clear sign that you're making an impression. You don't have to be a bodybuilder or spend hours in the gym to be seen as physically attractive. What really stands out is when a man takes care of himself, staying active, maintaining good posture, and moving with ease. People notice when a man carries himself with strength, even in subtle ways. Whether it's the way you stand, how you walk, or even how you shake hands. Those small cues speak volumes about your overall vitality. Consider a man like Thomas, 69. He never thought of himself as particularly fit, but he always took the time to go on morning walks, stretch regularly, and keep his body moving. He didn't realize how much that mattered until one day, a woman in her 50s casually mentioned, "I hope I have that much energy when I reach your age." At first he brushed it off as just a polite comment, but then he started noticing a pattern. Women, sometimes much younger, would compliment his strong handshake, his good posture, or the fact that he seemed so active and engaged in life. It wasn't about having an athlete's body, it was about the way he carried himself. That's because people, especially women, aren't just attracted to looks. They're drawn to energy, movement, and the unspoken signals of good health. A man who stays active, who keeps himself moving with confidence and ease, exudes a kind of appeal that is impossible to ignore. Think about the way you carry yourself. When you sit, do you slouch or do you hold yourself with confidence? When you walk into a room, do you move with purpose or do you seem weighed down by the years? These small details may not seem like much, but they shape how others perceive you. A man who stands tall, who moves with agility and ease, naturally commands attention. It's also worth noting that fitness doesn't just show in your physical appearance. It's reflected in your energy levels, your attitude, and even the way you engage in conversations. If people often say things like, "You look like someone who stays active," or "You seem younger than your age," take it as a sign. They're recognizing something about you that goes beyond surface level looks. So, if you've ever been told that you look strong or that you have great energy, don't brush it off as nothing. It's one of the clearest signs that you're an attractive older man, even if you don't see it yourself. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 7, women laugh at your jokes, even the corny ones. Humor is one of the most underrated yet powerful indicators of attractiveness. If women laugh at your jokes, even the ones that you know are corny or simple, that's a clear sign that they enjoy your presence. And more importantly, they find you appealing. Laughter isn't just about finding something funny. It's a social response, a way of connecting with others. When a woman genuinely laughs at what you say, it's not always about the joke itself, it's about how she feels around you. If she finds you engaging, warm, and comfortable to be with, she's far more likely to laugh at your humor, even if it's nothing groundbreaking. Think about the times you've told a joke in a social setting. Maybe you threw out a classic dad joke, something simple, maybe even predictable, but instead of rolling her eyes, she laughed. Maybe she even leaned in a little closer, touched your arm as she chuckled, or responded with an amused shake of the head while smiling. These small, natural reactions aren't just signs that she found your words funny, they're indicators that she enjoys your company. Consider a man like Henry, 73, who always had a habit of making lighthearted, harmless jokes in conversation. He never thought much of it until he realized that women, especially those he found interesting, seemed to laugh at his jokes more often than not. At first, he assumed they were just being polite, but over time, he noticed a pattern. Women lingered in conversations with him, engaged more, and seemed to light up when he spoke. What Henry didn't realize was that his humor was doing more than just entertaining, it was creating a bond. Humor is attractive because it signals confidence, intelligence, and emotional ease. It tells people that you don't take life too seriously, that you're comfortable with who you are, and that you can find joy in even the simplest moments. Women in particular appreciate men who can make them laugh without trying too hard, men who can create a light, enjoyable atmosphere without feeling the need to impress. This doesn't mean you have to be a stand-up comedian. It's not about delivering the perfect punchline. It's about being yourself and sharing a moment of joy with someone. If you've noticed that women respond positively to your humor, even when it's simple or lighthearted, take it as a sign. They're enjoying your presence, they feel at ease around you, and on some level, they find you attractive. So the next time you make a joke and hear laughter, especially from a woman who seems engaged in the conversation with you, don't dismiss it as just good manners. It might just be one of the clearest signs yet that you're more attractive than you think. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons valuable, please comment number 7 below to let me know you're here. Now let's wrap things up. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on the 7 signs we've explored. Maybe you've recognized some of these in yourself, or perhaps you've started to see yourself in a new light. The truth is, attractiveness isn't just about youth. It's about presence, confidence, and the way you make others feel when they're around you. Many men go through life unaware of how much they stand out. They assume that because they're older, their appeal has faded, when in reality it has only evolved. Women notice the way you carry yourself, the confidence you project, and the energy you bring into a room. They see the care you put into your appearance, the way you interact with others, and the sense of self-assurance that only comes with experience. So if you've ever doubted your appeal, remember this. Your attractiveness isn't measured by the number of wrinkles on your face or the color of your hair. It's measured by the respect you command, the conversations you spark, and the way people feel in your presence. You have qualities that younger men can't replicate: wisdom, maturity, and a self-possession that makes you uniquely attractive. What stood out to you the most? Which of these signs do you see in yourself, or which one do you feel you can embrace moving forward? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still do the following 8 things, you're not just aging well, you're a rare gem, and your chances of living to 100 are higher than you might think. Longevity isn't just about luck or genetics. It's about the small things you do every day, often without realizing their significance. Many people assume that aging comes with inevitable decline, but that's not the full story. The truth is, some people maintain strength, flexibility, and mental sharpness far beyond what most expect. They move with ease, stay engaged, and retain abilities that many others their age struggle with. These are the people who often live not just longer, but better. In this video, we're going to go through 8 key things that set you apart. If you can still do these things, you're on track for a longer, healthier life. Some of them may surprise you, but each one is a powerful indicator of longevity. Stay with me until the end, because the last one is something few people think about, yet it plays a major role in determining how long and how well you live. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 in the comments to let me know, so I can make better videos for you. Now let's get started. Sign 1, you can get up from a chair without using your hands. One of the clearest signs of longevity isn't how fast you walk or how much you can lift. It's something much simpler. If you can still get up from a chair without using your hands for support, that's a strong indicator of overall physical health, balance, and muscle strength. And more importantly, it's one of the best predictors of how long you'll maintain your independence. As we age, muscle loss happens naturally, but how much we lose and how quickly depends on how we use our bodies. The ability to stand up from a chair using only your legs is a sign of strong lower body muscles, good balance, and solid core stability. If you need to push off with your hands or lean forward heavily to stand up, that's a sign that your leg strength may be declining. Think about the last time you got up from a seated position. Did you do it effortlessly, or did you feel like you needed a little extra push? Many people don't realize they're losing strength until something small, like struggling to stand from a low chair, becomes noticeable. Take someone like Harold, 77. He was always active, but one day he realized that standing up from his recliner wasn't as easy as it used to be. He had to push off with his hands. At first, he thought it was just part of aging, but when his doctor explained that leg strength is one of the biggest factors in fall prevention, he decided to start doing simple exercises to regain that strength. Within a few months, he was standing up easily again, and more importantly, he felt stronger and more confident in his movements. The reason this ability matters so much is that lower body strength is directly tied to mobility and balance. Weak legs mean higher fall risk, and falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related complications in older adults. If you can still rise from a chair without using your hands, that means your legs are still strong enough to support you. Your balance is still good, and your coordination is still sharp, all key indicators of longevity. And if you've noticed that you do need your hands to push off, don't worry. Strength can be rebuilt at any age. Simple exercises like squats, seated leg lifts, and standing heel raises can help restore the muscle strength needed to maintain this ability. The key is consistency. Small efforts each day lead to big results over time. So, the next time you stand up from a chair, pay attention to how you do it. If you can do it effortlessly, that's a sign that you're in better shape than you may realize. It's a small action, but it speaks volumes about your long-term health. Sign 2, you can walk at a brisk pace without feeling out of breath. One of the most powerful indicators of longevity isn't just how far you can walk, it's how fast. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still walk at a brisk pace without getting winded, you're in a rare category. Walking speed is directly linked to lifespan, and studies have shown that people who maintain a strong walking pace tend to live longer, healthier lives. This isn't just about being in shape. It's about cardiovascular health, lung function, muscle endurance, and overall vitality. Walking at a steady, confident pace signals that your heart is strong enough to pump blood efficiently. Your lungs are supplying oxygen properly, and your muscles have the endurance to keep you moving. Think about how you walk. When you head out for a stroll, do you move with purpose, or do you find yourself slowing down more than you used to? Do you need to stop and catch your breath after a short distance? A slower walking pace can be one of the earliest signs of declining health, and it often happens so gradually that people don't even notice it. Take someone like William, 74. He had always been an active man, but he started realizing that his walks were taking longer than usual. At first, he thought he was just being cautious, but then he noticed something else. His breathing felt heavier when he climbed a flight of stairs. That's when he decided to start paying attention to his walking speed. He began timing himself over short distances, making sure he could maintain a steady pace without getting winded. Over time, he improved his endurance, regained his confidence, and felt years younger. Walking isn't just about getting from one place to another. It's a reflection of overall health. A strong, steady pace means your cardiovascular system is working efficiently, your muscles are staying engaged, and your balance is still intact. And beyond the physical benefits, walking also supports brain function, helping keep memory sharp and reducing the risk of cognitive decline. If you're not sure where you stand, try this simple test. Walk at a normal pace for about 10 feet, then pick up the speed as if you were walking to catch an elevator door before it closes. If you can do this comfortably without feeling short of breath, that's a great sign. But if you feel winded or unsteady, it may be time to work on your endurance. And here's the good news. Improving your walking speed doesn't require intense workouts. Taking regular walks, focusing on good posture, and making an effort to increase your pace. Just a little each time can make a huge difference. Even small improvements in walking speed can add years to your life. So the next time you go for a walk, pay attention to how fast you're moving. If you're still walking at a brisk pace with confidence, that's an incredible sign that your body is working well and that you're on the path to a long, healthy life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Now let's continue. Sign 3, you can balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds. Balance is one of those things most people don't think about until they start losing it. But the truth is, your ability to balance, even for just a few seconds, is a powerful indicator of how well your body is aging. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds, without wobbling, you're in excellent shape. In fact, studies show that balance is directly linked to longevity, and those who maintain it well into their later years tend to live longer, healthier lives. Good balance isn't just about preventing falls. It's a sign that your nervous system, muscles, and reflexes are all working together in harmony. When you stand on one foot, you're engaging multiple systems in your body, your vision, inner ear, and proprioception, your body's ability to sense its position in space. If any of these systems start to decline, balance is one of the first things to suffer. Think about the last time you put on a sock while standing. Were you able to stay steady, or did you need to lean against something? A small change in balance can creep up gradually, and many people don't realize they're losing stability until a stumble or near fall catches them off guard. Take someone like Frank, 76. He had always been fairly active, but one day while getting dressed, he noticed that balancing on one foot to put on his pants felt harder than before. He thought it was just a fluke, but when he tried standing on one foot intentionally, he could barely last a few seconds without tipping. That was a wake-up call. He started incorporating balance exercises into his daily routine, and within weeks he noticed a huge difference. not just in his stability, but in his confidence when moving around. Balance is one of the best predictors of fall risk, and as you probably know, falls are one of the leading causes of injury and hospitalization in older adults. The stronger your balance, the lower your chances of experiencing a life-altering fall. If you're curious about where you stand, try this simple test. Stand near a counter or a sturdy surface you can grab if needed. Lift one foot off the ground and see if you can hold your balance for 10 seconds. If you can do this comfortably, that's a fantastic sign. If not, don't worry. Balance can be improved with simple exercises like standing, heel raises, side leg lifts, and shifting your weight from one foot to the other. The key is to practice a little each day to keep your coordination sharp. Maintaining good balance isn't just about staying steady on your feet. It's about keeping your independence for years to come. The stronger your balance, the more confidently you can move through life without fear of falling or losing mobility. So the next time you're standing in line at the grocery store or brushing your teeth, try balancing on one foot for a few seconds. If you can do it with ease, take it as a strong sign that your body's working well and that you're on track for a long, healthy life. Sign 4, you can get down on the floor and back up without assistance. One of the strongest indicators of longevity isn't just about strength or endurance, it's about mobility. If you can still get down on the floor and back up without assistance, you have a major advantage over many people your age. This ability is a direct reflection of your flexibility, muscle strength, coordination, and overall mobility, all of which play a critical role in maintaining independence as you age. Many older adults start avoiding the floor altogether because they worry they won't be able to get back up. But the moment you stop using certain movements, your body starts losing the ability to perform them. Being able to lower yourself down and push yourself back up again means your legs, core, and upper body are still working in sync, something that becomes increasingly rare after 65. Think about the last time you dropped something on the floor. Did you hesitate before bending down to pick it up? Did you feel comfortable getting all the way to the ground, or did it feel like a struggle? These small moments often reveal more about our mobility than we realize. Take someone like Joseph, 78. He never thought much about getting on the floor until one day his grandson wanted to play a board game sitting down. He hesitated, not because he didn't want to play, but because he wasn't sure he could comfortably get back up. That's when he realized he needed to work on his mobility. He started practicing slow, controlled movements, squatting, kneeling, and pushing himself up using his legs instead of relying on furniture. Over time, he regained the ability to get down and up with ease, and more importantly, he felt confident in his movements again. The ability to get up from the floor without help is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Researchers have found that those who struggle with this movement are more likely to experience mobility limitations later in life. Why? Because it signals overall physical decline, weak muscles, reduced flexibility, and compromised balance. On the other hand, those who maintain this ability tend to remain active, independent, and resilient. If you want to test yourself, try this stand near a chair for safety, then lower yourself to the floor slowly and see if you can get back up without grabbing onto anything. If you can, that's a fantastic sign that your muscles and joints are still functioning well. If you struggle, don't be discouraged. Mobility can be improved. With daily stretching, strength exercises, and practicing controlled movements that mimic getting up from a low position. Maintaining this ability isn't just about convenience, it's about staying self-sufficient. If you ever need to get down to reach something, tie your shoes, or even catch yourself after a stumble, having the strength and coordination to recover can make all the difference. So, the next time you avoid the floor, ask yourself, is it because you're uncomfortable getting back up? If you can still do this movement with ease, take it as a powerful sign that your body's aging well and that you're on the right path to a long, healthy life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's keep going. Sign 5, you can carry a full grocery bag without struggling. Strength isn't just about lifting heavy weights at the gym, it's about handling everyday tasks with ease. If you can still carry a full grocery bag without struggling, you're in far better shape than many people your age. The ability to lift and carry objects comfortably is a strong indicator of muscle strength, endurance, and functional fitness, all of which contribute to a longer, healthier life. Many people underestimate how important grip strength and upper body endurance are until they start to decline. Carrying groceries, opening a jar, or even lifting a suitcase requires more than just arm strength. It involves your shoulders, back, and core as well. And studies have shown that grip strength, in particular, is one of the most accurate predictors of longevity. Those with stronger grips tend to live longer, healthier lives, while those who struggle with basic lifting tasks are more likely to experience declines in mobility and overall health. Think about the last time you brought groceries inside. Did you pick up the bags without thinking twice? Or did you feel like you had to pause and shift the weight to avoid straining yourself? Do you ever find yourself asking for help with carrying everyday objects that once felt effortless? These small changes often happen so gradually that people don't even notice them at first. Take someone like Richard, 75. He had always prided himself on being independent, but one day after a routine grocery run, he realized he was having trouble carrying the bags up the front steps. It wasn't that the bags were heavier than usual. His body had just lost some of the strength he once had. That's when he made the decision to start doing simple strength exercises, focusing on his arms, shoulders, and grip. Within a few months, not only was he carrying his groceries with ease again, but he also noticed that his energy levels had improved and that everyday tasks felt less tiring. The good news is that maintaining strength doesn't require heavy weightlifting or intense workouts. Even small efforts like squeezing a rubber ball to improve grip strength, lifting light hand weights, or doing push-ups against the kitchen counter can go a long way. The key is consistency. Just a few minutes of strength-based movement each day can make a huge difference in maintaining muscle mass and preventing unnecessary physical decline. Carrying groceries, lifting household objects, and holding on to things with confidence isn't just about convenience, it's about staying independent. When your muscles are strong, you're less likely to experience fatigue, weakness, or injuries. And most importantly, you'll be able to continue handling daily activities on your own without hesitation. So the next time you lift a grocery bag, pay attention to how it feels. If you can carry it with ease, take it as a strong sign that your body's aging well and that you're on track for a long, active life. Sign 6, you can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Stairs might seem like a simple challenge, but they are one of the most revealing tests of physical endurance, heart health, and lower body strength. If you can still climb a flight of stairs without stopping to catch your breath, you're doing far better than most people your age, and you have a strong indicator of longevity on your side. Climbing stairs requires a combination of balance, muscle power, and cardiovascular endurance. Your legs need the strength to push you upward. Your heart and lungs need to work efficiently to keep oxygen flowing. And your coordination needs to be sharp enough to keep your footing steady. If any of these systems start to decline, stairs become noticeably harder. Think back to the last time you went up a flight of stairs. Did you feel strong and steady, or did you find yourself pausing midway, feeling a little winded? Many people don't realize their endurance is fading until they start avoiding stairs altogether, choosing elevators or escalators instead. But that avoidance only makes the problem worse, leading to even more muscle loss and reduced stamina over time. Consider someone like George, 73. He used to take the stairs without thinking twice. But over time, he started making small adjustments, choosing the elevator more often, avoiding certain buildings where he knew there were stairs, or simply walking slower. He didn't think much of it until one day he had to climb a short flight at a friend's house and found himself completely out of breath by the time he reached the top. That was his wake-up call. He began taking the stairs whenever possible, starting slow and gradually building up his endurance. Within weeks, he noticed a change. His legs felt stronger, his breathing improved, and stairs no longer felt like a challenge. The ability to climb stairs is a direct reflection of your heart health. Doctors often use stair climbing as a quick assessment of cardiovascular fitness. If you can go up a flight without feeling exhausted, it means your heart and lungs are still working efficiently, which is a great predictor of long-term health. If you want to test yourself, find a staircase with at least 10 steps. Walk up at a steady pace and see how you feel at the top. If you can do this without stopping and without feeling winded, that's a fantastic sign. If you struggle, don't worry, it's something you can improve. Taking the stairs more often, walking at a brisk pace, and doing simple, leg-strengthening exercises can help rebuild the endurance needed to keep stairs from feeling like an obstacle. Maintaining the ability to climb stairs isn't just about strength, it's about keeping your independence. If you can still do this with confidence, it means your heart is strong, your muscles are active, and your energy levels are high. All signs that you're on track for a long, healthy life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. Now let's move forward. Sign 7, you can remember recent conversations and events clearly. Physical health is a key factor in longevity, but cognitive health is just as important. If you can recall recent conversations, remember names, and stay mentally sharp in your daily life, you have one of the strongest predictors of a long, fulfilling life. Your memory and brain function don't just reflect intelligence. They indicate the overall health of your brain, circulation, and nervous system. As we age, it's natural to have occasional forgetfulness, like misplacing your keys or struggling to recall a word. But there's a big difference between minor lapses and noticeable cognitive decline. If you're still able to engage in deep conversations, recall recent events, and keep track of daily tasks without much difficulty, you're in far better shape than many people your age. Think about your typical day. Do you find yourself struggling to remember what you had for breakfast? Or can you easily recall details from a conversation you had yesterday? Are you still able to learn new information, solve problems, and focus on complex tasks? These small signs tell you a lot about the health of your brain. Take someone like Paul, 79. He noticed that while many of his peers were starting to struggle with memory loss, he still felt mentally sharp. He could recall details from conversations weeks later, solve crossword puzzles with ease, and keep up with new technology. What he didn't realize was that his daily habits, reading, staying socially engaged, and challenging his brain were keeping his mind strong and resilient. The brain is like a muscle. It needs regular exercise to stay in peak condition. People who read daily, play strategy games, learn new skills, or engage in stimulating conversations tend to maintain their cognitive function much longer than those who don't. Staying socially active also plays a huge role in brain health. Isolation and lack of engagement can accelerate cognitive decline, while frequent interactions with family, friends, or community groups help keep the mind sharp. If you want to test your mental sharpness, try recalling what you ate for dinner 2 nights ago, or try memorizing a short list of words and repeating them back a few minutes later. If this feels easy, that's a great sign that your cognitive function is still strong. If it feels challenging, don't worry. There are plenty of ways to keep your brain sharp. Reading, learning new skills, engaging in social activities, and even walking regularly can improve brain function and slow cognitive decline. A sharp memory isn't just about convenience, it's about quality of life. When your brain stays strong, you can continue making decisions for yourself, engaging in meaningful conversations, and enjoying life to the fullest. If you can still recall details easily and stay engaged mentally, you have one of the strongest indicators of longevity. Sign 8, you wake up feeling rested and ready for the day. One of the most overlooked but powerful indicators of longevity is the quality of your sleep. If you're between 65 and 80 and still wake up feeling rested and ready to start your day, you have a major advantage over many people your age. Good sleep is one of the strongest predictors of long-term health, affecting everything from your heart and brain function to your immune system and energy levels. As we get older, sleep patterns naturally change. Many seniors struggle with falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up too early and feeling tired throughout the day. If you're still getting quality rest, meaning you sleep deeply, wake up refreshed, and feel alert during the day, it's a sign that your body is functioning well and repairing itself properly at night. Think about how you wake up in the morning. Do you feel energized and ready to take on the day? Or do you feel groggy, sluggish, and like you didn't get enough rest? Many people assume that poor sleep is just part of aging, but that's not true. While some sleep changes are normal, consistently waking up feeling exhausted can be a sign of underlying health issues, like poor circulation, unbalanced hormones, or even undiagnosed sleep apnea. Take someone like Roger, 74. He used to sleep through the night with no problem, but as he got older, he started waking up multiple times, feeling restless and needing naps during the day. At first, he brushed it off as just part of aging. But after making a few small adjustments, like sticking to a regular bedtime, reducing screen time before bed, and creating a relaxing nighttime routine, he found that he was sleeping better, waking up with more energy, and feeling sharper throughout the day. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It plays a huge role in repairing cells, keeping your brain sharp, and maintaining your immune system. People who get high-quality sleep tend to have lower risks of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. They also maintain healthier weight levels and have more stable energy throughout the day. If you're not sure whether your sleep quality is where it should be, ask yourself, do you wake up naturally without an alarm? Do you fall asleep within 20, 30 minutes of lying down? Do you feel alert and focused in the morning? If the answer to these questions is yes, that's a fantastic sign. But if you struggle with sleep, don't ignore it. Simple lifestyle changes like reducing caffeine intake in the afternoon, keeping a consistent bedtime, and ensuring your bedroom is cool and dark can all make a big difference. A well-rested body is a strong body. When you sleep well, you wake up feeling ready to move, think clearly, and take on the day with confidence. And if you're someone who still gets quality sleep, that's a powerful indicator that your body is functioning at a high level and that you have a great chance of living a long, healthy life. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to think about how many of these 8 signs apply to you. If you found yourself nodding along, recognizing these abilities in yourself, you're doing far better than you may realize. Maintaining strength, balance, endurance, cognitive sharpness, and quality sleep well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond isn't just a sign of good health. It's a sign that you're on track for a longer, more independent life. Many people assume that aging means decline, but that's not the full story. Your body and mind are capable of staying strong and sharp well into your later years, and these signs are proof of that. If you can still do these things, it means your muscles are working efficiently, your heart is pumping strong, your brain is staying sharp, and your energy levels are supporting your daily activities. In other words, you're not just aging, you're thriving. But remember, even if you noticed a few areas where you could improve, it's never too late to make a change. Strength can be rebuilt, endurance can be improved, balance and memory can be sharpened. Small, consistent efforts make all the difference, and your body is capable of adapting at any age. The key is to stay active, stay engaged, and keep challenging yourself. So how many of these signs do you recognize in yourself? Which one stood out the most to you? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.